As the Gamecock baseball program and head coach Chad Holbrook would like to honor this year's senior class. A senior from Augusta, Georgia, Nolan Belcher has been a staple in the Gamecock baseball program since stepping on campus in the fall of 2008. Right out of the gate, Belcher made an impact as he won 5 games in his first year and was named to the 2009 SEC All-Freshman team. Success continued in 2010 as he won 3 games as he contributed to the first national championship in school history. Although he had missed the 2011 season due to injury, Belcher was on the roster and in Omaha when the Gamecocks clinched a second consecutive national championship. 2012 marked the return of Belcher, and he delivered with 3 more wins as well as 2 saves in 19 appearances. The highlight of 2012 would be back-to-back saves on March 1 and March 2 as South Carolina defeated Clemson. A captain this season, Belcher has been at his best as he sits among SEC leaders with a 2.23 ERA in 93 innings pitched with an incredible 79 strikeouts to just 10 walks. Of those victories, once again, Belcher was at his best against Clemson this year as he hurled his first complete game shutout of his career with a 3-hitter in an 8-0 win over the Tigers. 4 times he has been named the SEC Academic Honor Roll. With his parents, Brian and Janice, ladies and gentlemen, Nolan Belcher. A senior from Winter Haven, Florida, L.B. Dantzler has been an example of all student athletes at the University of South Carolina. Dantzler has never missed a game in 2 seasons at South Carolina with 118 starts in the Garnet and Black. Last year, he showed skills both with the bat and the glove. Fear the Fish became the rally cry for the 2012 Gamecocks on the way to an appearance in the National Championship Series at the College World Series, and it all started with Dantzler and his pet fish raptor. He would finish the year with 10 homers and 48 RBI. Highlights last year included a walk-off single in the NCAA Regional in a 5-4 win over Clemson, as well as an RBI double versus Oklahoma in the NCAA Super Regional, 2 hits and 2 runs in the 7-3 win over Florida at the College World Series, and a 2-run homer in a 4-1 win over Kent State in Omaha. This year, his game is elevated even more as he leads the team in all 3 Triple Crown categories with 12 homers, 45 RBI, and a .343 batting average. One of the 3 captains on this year's team, Dantzler picked up SEC Player of the Week honors after going 9 for 13 in the Albany series with 17 total bases and a 1.308 slugging percentage. Dantzler's impressive numbers have put him among the best in the nation as he is one of 60 players named to the USA Baseball's Golden Spikes Award list. His success is not just on the field but also in the classroom. Dantzler has earned academic all-district honors. He is one of 10 finalists for the Senior Class Award, and he is South Carolina's male nominee for the 2013 SEC H. Boyd McWhorter Scholar Athlete of the Year, one of the top awards given out to a student athlete in Southeastern Conference. With his parents, Brad and Susan, ladies and gentlemen, L.B. Dantzler. A senior from Conway, Colby Holmes has been a member of 3 NCAA tournament teams, including the back-to-back national championships in 2010 and 2011, and last year's national runner-up squad in 2012. After winning a pair of games his freshman season, Holmes really came into his own in his sophomore season with 7 wins and a 3.05 ERA. He would twice earn SEC Pitcher of the Week honors this year with stellar starts in victories against Tennessee and Arkansas. Holmes was on the mound for the winning pitcher in Tuscaloosa on May 21st when Carolina defeated Alabama 3-2 to win the Southeastern Conference Championship. He would contribute also with a win versus Stetson in the NCAA Regional and a key start in the 7-1 win over Virginia at the College World Series. He added 7 more wins to the slate last year and was named to the NCAA Regional All-Tournament team after taking a no-hitter into the 8th inning in a 7-0 win over Manhattan. This year, Holmes was one of 3 Gamecocks to combine for the first no-hitter in 38 years in a 14-1 win over Albany, in which he contributed 6 no-hit frames. This year at Tennessee, Holmes became the 21st pitcher in school history to record 20 or more wins as he picked up the win in a 19-2 victory at Tennessee. With his parents, John and Sherilyn, ladies and gentlemen, Colby Holmes. A senior from Coral Springs, Florida, Dante Rosenberg has been a steady performer behind the plate for the Gamecocks. Hampered by a back injury that caused him to miss almost all of the 2011 season, Rosenberg returned and was a key cog in the 2012 Gamecocks with 31 games played, including 22 starts. Rosenberg saved his best for the big stage as he stepped in admirably in the NCAA Regional and NCAA Super Regionals. Essential to last year's success in the postseason, Rosenberg blocked pitches in the dirt, controlled the running game, displayed confidence behind the plate, and kept the pitching staff composed in an in-game setting. That defensive prowess continues this year as well as an improved offensive game. A .319 average with 9 runs scored and 12 RBI, Rosenberg has been solid in 12 starts. Despite missing the last few weeks due to a broken hamate bone, he returned to action this past Wednesday against Wofford. He's ready to play for the Gamecocks as they make a push toward the 2013 postseason. With his parents, Steve and Christine, ladies and gentlemen, Dante Rosenberg. A senior from Columbia, Patrick Sullivan has been one of the most admired and respected players to don the Gamecock uniform. The right-hander came to South Carolina, a local product out of AC Flora High School. After redshirting his first season, Sullivan made 10 appearances as a freshman on the 2010 National Championship team. In addition to those appearances, Sullivan became one of the important caretakers of the now famous Avatar Spirit Stick. Sullivan would appear in 10 games in the 2011 season and won 2 games and tallied a save as the Gamecocks returned to Omaha and clinched a second consecutive national championship. Sullivan would make 13 more appearances last year and has saved the best for last with 15 appearances this year, including a victory and a save. One of 3 captains on this year's team, Sullivan has 3 times been named the SEC Academic Honor Roll, and he was South Carolina's male recipient of the 2013 SEC Brad Davis Community Service Postgraduate Scholarship. His work off the field has included co-chairing the 2011 Carolina Clemson Blood Drive by the American Red Cross, volunteering at 2 different elementary schools, and with the Palmetto Youth Baseball League. Upon graduation, he plans to attend medical school with an eye on the future in orthopedic surgery. With his parents, John and Susan, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Sullivan. A senior from Columbia, Sean Sullivan made his way back to the capital city to join his brother after playing his first 2 years at Winthrop. As respected and revered as Patrick, Sean is the illustration of a great teammate who knows what and when to do in any situation at the plate or on the field. His RBI single in the top of the 11th inning last year scored the go-ahead run in South Carolina's 3-2 win over Clemson in Charleston. A knack for stepping up when the game is on the line, Sullivan hit a pinch hit, 2-out triple to score the winning run on a wild pitch in a 7-6 comeback victory over Mississippi State last year. A few weeks later, he would hit a pinch hit RBI single that led to the eventual game-winning run in a 12-11 win over Alabama. This season, Sullivan has seen action in 16 games and is hitting .294 with 5 runs scored and 5 RBI, including 2 hits with a run scored and an RBI double in 1 inning in a 19-2 win at Tennessee. With his parents, John and Susan, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Sullivan. A senior from Orlando, Florida, Chase Ferguson has been a consistent and reliable competitor as a member of the Gamecock baseball team. Last season, Vergason saw action in 54 games with 43 starts at second base. He steadily climbed his way up the ladder on last year's national runner-up team on the way to an impeccable .402 on-base percentage. His improvement was noticeable in the postseason as he was named to the all-tournament team in the 2012 NCAA Regional. He drove in a run in a 7-0 win over Manhattan and had 2 hits and an RBI in a 4-3 win over Clemson that clinched the regional. His key 2-out, 2-run double, as well as 2 sacrifice hits, helped the Gamecocks to a 5-1 win over Oklahoma that punched the Gamecocks tickets to Omaha. His unselfish play and positive influence has continued into his senior season. Making his way over to third base, Ferguson is one of 2 Gamecock players to have played all 49 games this year. He is still finding his way on base with a .374 on-base percentage, and he has added the home run to his repertoire with 4 round trippers. He has driven in 21 runs and scored 31 as well. With his parents, Mark and Sherry, ladies and gentlemen, Chase Vergason. A senior from Nassau, Virginia, Tyler Webb has been one of the most dominant performers in South Carolina baseball history. He pitched on both the 2010 and 11 national championship teams, as well as last year's national runner-up team. After beginning his career as part of the starting rotation, Webb found comfort at home in the bullpen. With that comfort also came one flawless performance after another. Last year, Webb made 39 appearances, second highest in the single season in school history, with an impressive 6-1 record to go along with a 1.56 ERA. He factored in 28 of Carolina's 49 wins last year, including 2 1/3 innings of work against Clemson, with 4 strikeouts in the 4-3 win over the Tigers that clinched the NCAA Regional. He would be on the mound a week later during the NCAA Super Regional, as his perfect 1 1/3 innings of work helped lift Carolina to a 5-1 win over the Sooners to clinch trip to Omaha. 4 scoreless innings of relief with just 2 hits allowed and 3 strikeouts have lifted the Gamecocks to a 3-2 win over Arkansas that extended Carolina's postseason in the College World Series Championship Series. From 2010 to 12 in the postseason, he has made 15 appearances with 21 1/3 innings pitched and just 1 earned run allowed, an impeccable .42 ERA. In 3 seasons, this left-handed pitcher has not allowed a run in Omaha at the College World Series. This year, Webb has continued his dominance. Entering today's game, Webb has a phenomenal .57 ERA in 22 appearances, a 2-1 record with 14 saves and 31 1/3 innings of work. He has 46 strikeouts to just 7 walks, opponents hitting 165 against him. He has not allowed a run in 19 of 21 appearances this year. His 14 save total for this year is 6th best in school history, 7 behind the school record of 21 set by Blake Taylor in 2002. He is up to 100 career appearances, 2 short of the school record 102 set by Matt Price. His 14 saves leads the SEC, with 8 of those coming in conference play, also the highest mark in the league. In an outstanding career, he has pitched in relief in 88 of those appearances, with 71 relief appearances without allowing a run. On the watch list for Stop of the Year, an All-America candidate with his parents Kirk and Kristen, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Webb. A senior from Casey, South Carolina, Adam Westmoreland, has saved his best for last and been one of the top contributors for the Gamecock pitching staff. Growing up right across the river from Columbia, the left-hander began his career in 2009, earning 4 wins in 13 games. After sitting out the 2010 season due to injury, Westmoreland returned to the fold in 2010 with a win in 11 appearances as the Gamecocks returned to Omaha to claim a 2nd consecutive national championship. After 7 appearances last year, Westmoreland pushed himself into a key role out of the bullpen for his final season. Stellar and composed, the senior southpaw has posted 6 wins and 3 saves, as well as an impeccable 1.66 ERA in 19 relief appearances. This year, he has victories against Liberty, Texas A&M, Tennessee, and LSU next to his name. He looks to add to that total as the Gamecocks head down the backstretch. With his mother Cindy and brother Trip, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Westmoreland. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 senior class.